There was a time when my trauma surgeon wasn't sure if I would be able to walk or have, functioning feet. Like he said, my feet were burned the worst out of any child he had seen that had survived. So they weren't sure what that quality of life was going to be like. So when I was about 24, I think, I decided I was going to run a marathon because why not? I did it. I will never do it again. But it was one of those things where just because someone somewhere was like, I don't know if that's going to be possible for her. I was like, well, just you wait. I was burned when I was 1 year and 10 days old. So I don't remember the incident itself, obviously, but as it was relayed to me, we had a very long ranch house. My nanny at the time was doing laundry down at the other end, and I had just learned how to walk, and I managed to hop the baby gate and went into one of the bathrooms and turned on the spigot. So I put my hand in the faucet in the running water, and my assumption is that it felt so hot that it was actually felt cold. So I climbed in, fell to my knees, and at that point is when I got the burns, 3rd degree full thickness on both my legs. And at the time, we had a woman over cleaning our house as well. So between Betty, who was my nanny, and Joyce, they got me out of the bathtub, wrapped me in toilet paper, I think, and drove me to the hospital because there wasn't time for an ambulance. From there, I had 3 surgeries right out the gate to kind of patch me back together, skin grafts, and just getting the infection risk under control. Once I was released from the hospital, started the physical therapy process and then the reconstructive surgery process. It was grafting, Z-plasties. I had some pins in my toes, joint fusion in some of my toes. You name it, probably had it on my legs.
I originally met Emma in the year 2000. And Emma had been through a huge burn and had received outstanding care in downtown Detroit at Children's Hospital at the Burn Center. And following that care, her life was saved and she was growing and doing quite well, but she had all sorts of burn contractures and things that prevented her joints from moving like they needed to.
And I was deeply concerned because we're big Michigan State fans. And Dr. Sederna is at the University of Michigan, and so in my 6-year-old mind, I told Dr. Cullen, my daddy won't let me go there.
She came on the day of surgery wearing Michigan State Spartan things.
I had put a Michigan State Sparty helmet temporary tattoo on my shin of the leg that he was going to operate on, and he came out of the OR to talk with my parents with a smirk on his face.
I took a surgical marking pen and I actually drew out a Michigan Block M on her skin and then put her splint on. So she couldn't see it, but it was under the splint, all wrapped up. And then when it was time for her dressings to come down and the splint to come down and everything, she had this really nice Michigan Go Blue Block M on her leg.
Since I had just had surgery, couldn't scrub my leg or anything like that. So for many weeks, there was a Michigan Block M on my leg. And it's stuff like that that just makes the whole process so much easier. And it's when the doctors see their patients as people and vice versa, it just makes it a lot easier of a process when you're having to do pretty painful stuff.
I was really excited to have the opportunity to help her get to the next level, and that is not only now to be a burn survivor, but to be able to get as much function as she possibly could following this devastating injury she had as a really young child.
Elementary school is probably the toughest. A couple of little boys noticed the scars on my legs and said that I looked like an anamorph. Or would rhino legs was another one. One of the things, which it seems like such a positive thing, but I think if you ask anybody that has been through a lot, it gets old. When you do like the paper plate awards at school and stuff, I would always get like most inspirational or most unique or whatever. And I was so sick of it because I wanted to be best dressed. I wanted to, class clown. Like I wanted the normal awards.
I'll tell a story. When she was a high school student, she had burn scar contractures of her feet and her toes. And she wanted to go to prom. And she couldn't fit in prom shoes. And so she came to me and she said, "Can you fix my toes so I can wear prom shoes?" She knew she was going to have to go through an incredibly painful operation, everything, but she was so motivated to live in the same way that everyone else did and have the same experience that everyone else had and to wear prom shoes like everyone else did, that we did this very painful operation of fusing her toes straight so she could fit into prom shoes.
I started to get like very good at sports. So then I was known for something other than being the girl with the burns. I was also, stand out on the diving team, good at gymnastics.
She was so active. She was so involved in school. When she was young, she was wrestling on the boys' wrestling team. Ultimately became a collegiate diver.
I work in law enforcement for the federal government. I was a child of 9/11. I was 10 or 11 when that occurred, and that really kind of formed a lot of how I saw the world and what I wanted to do, and I knew I wanted to help people. I didn't know what that meant at that time. Went to grad school at University of Detroit Mercy, and during that master's program, I took an internship with the agency I'm currently with, and I've been here 5 years and I'm really happy with it.
I've seen the woman that she has become, such an amazing human being, giving back to society in so many positive ways. In a very small way, I've contributed to that, and I just feel so thankful to have that opportunity to do it. And she has really shown me how fortunate I am, how lucky I am to be in that position, and also made me thankful that I've had the opportunity to get to know her and her whole family, because it's really been an honor.
Surround yourself with people that are there for you and want to help you. Whether it's to overcome medical issues or anything else, your support system is everything. And be yourself. It's exhausting going through life being anything but, and the people who truly care about you will accept that.